What up, brothers and sisters, and welcome to the official MTG Arena YouTube channel with me, Malone. Some of you might already know me if I am not traveling the world or playing concerts. I am known on my own YouTube channel as MTG Malone, the cream of the crop, the master of mono, freaking black. And I was asked by Wizards of the Coast if I could present one of the bestest, most popular decks there is right now for their amazing YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. Show them some love. This company that is putting so much work into our favorite card game ever. So enough with the yammering. Let's get into the harvesting, despair, hammering. Some of you might say, Malone, this looks like a freaking mono black deck. And yes, you're right. It is. We're only splashing some red. You know, for the fable of the mirror break and the blood tide harvester, some little pepper on top of our mono black goodness, because they asked me to play the most popular deck, and I have to say, a lot of people love mono black, and the reason a lot of people are playing it is also the reason why it's not that popular, because you see it so much on the ladder. But this, my friends, is the perfect answer, and it is just a little bit more popular because we have our good boy, the reflection of Kiki Jiki in here. So what is this deck? It is a mid-range Rakdos deck. You could say so. It is black and red, and yes, we're playing the Xander's Lounge, but the only reason we're playing it is so that we can either cycle it in the late game or having the two colors that we need, which are red and black. We mostly need black. We only ever need one red at the most. That is why we're not playing any red basics. We're only playing these very beautiful, on moons. Oh my lord, these swarms are freaking delicious. So what do you want to do with this deck? Well, you want to control the board. This is a mid-range deck, so you want to destroy every single creature that you find in the early game, and then get in with your creatures in the mid-game, be a little bit faster than those control decks. And this deck, I don't want to spoiler you, but we won a lot of games. So if you want to rank up, just like I will be doing today, this, my friend, is the deck for you. So let's get into it and see what we can do. We have all these removals with the cut down. The cut down destroys a creature with total power and toughness of 5 or less. That means if you see a blood tide harvester, you just add the numbers. That is 5, 3 plus 2, and you can destroy it. If they have their own blood tide harvester, just get it out of here. And them having no creatures on the board is very important. So cut down takes care of that. All the other creatures, we do have the Infernal Grasp. So if they play, for example, their own Sheldred the Apocalypse, you can just destroy it right friggin' away. Yes, you're losing 2 life, but that is a price that we're willing to pay to get rid of the creatures. Because if we turn 1 can get rid of a creature, turn 2 get rid of a creature, they play in turn 3 another creature, we bam! Play our Liliana of the Veil. She came all the way here from being Professor Onyx, at least that's what I heard, to coming back to Dominaria to help us out with those pesky turn 3 creatures. Because for her -2, you can make a player sacrifice a creature. You could also target yourself, but let's be honest, now that we have no more Meat Hook Massacre, there's no reason to do so. The +1 makes each player discard a card, which is not even half that bad, because we have 4 cards in here that we can bring back every single time with the Tenacious Underdog. We'll get to that when we're talking about it, but that is something that is very nice. So they have to discard a card, you have to discard a card, but we have value. They discard a creature, well, we bring down a Graveyard Trespasser, but we will talk about that when it is time, because we still have to talk about Liliana of the Veil's amazing -6 ability, the ultimate, as you might call it. You separate all of a target's player's permanents, that also includes lands, into 2 piles, and they have to choose which one they want to sacrifice. That means you can say, hey, half your lands and half your creatures, or all your lands, only your creatures, you decide. Make a tough choice, and you will lose half of it, my friend. So the Liliana is a very nice card, and oh my lord, this artwork is just amazing. So, that is our removal. What is our last removal? We still have one more, not creature-based removal, which is the Invoke Despair. And yes, I like this art style a lot. If your opponent only has one creature on the battlefield or non-creatures on the battlefield, this is the amazingest card there is. Because for 5 mana, you make them sacrifice a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. And for each one they don't have, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. That means if they don't have a planeswalker and an enchantment and only a creature, they lose that creature and you draw 2 cards and they lose 2 life. And that is exactly what we want to see here. So, as you can see, we have a lot of removal. Why am I saying non-creature based removal? Well, the Bloodtide Harvester has an amazing ability that, makes this deck just a little bit better than your typical mono black deck would be. When it enters the battlefield, you get one of these amazing blood tokens. Hey, they're looking pretty cool. They're a vial full of blood. And you can tap the Bloodtide Harvester and give a creature -X/-X, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you have. So if this comes in, you can already, just destroy a creature that has 2 freaking toughness. But there's one more thing that we need in this deck to make it even more amazing. The Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. So, the first thing that happens, you get a little goblin, this one, right here. The second thing that happens is that you can discard 2 cards. You can discard 2 cards and draw up to 2 cards. You can also discard 1, you can discard 0. If you have the Tenacious Underdogs in your hand, and you really need a land, for example you invoke Despair, why not discard these 2 Tenacious Underdogs that you can bring back later from your graveyard and get yourself 2 new cards? If those are lands, that is very darn nice. And if you have your Sheldred in hand, which gives you 2 life every time you draw a card, you're even getting 4 life out of it. So that is very nice. But hey, there is more. What? Yes, there is more. Because at the third chapter, you get this Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, which I love so much. And you can tap it, pay 1 mana, and make a copy of a non-legendary creature that gets haste until end of turn. Then you have to sacrifice it, but hey, that is only fair. Keeping it forever would be pretty freaking broken. So, you copy your Bloodtide Harvester. It has haste. You get another blood token because it enters the battlefield if you do so. And now you have 2 blood tokens. Now you can destroy something with 4 toughness because you have 2 blood tokens and you still keep the original 1. And because it has haste, thanks to the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, good boy, you can use it right away. And that is very darn freaking good. So, Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, Bloodtide Harvesters are the only reason why we're splashing red. Because you still have a creature, and you still have this. And getting the, I forgot to say that if this Goblin Shaman attacks, you get a treasure. And you can sacrifice this treasure to make any mana. That means on turn 4, you can have and invoke Despair. And as it says in its names, they always come in pairs, so you will have always more than 1 Invoke Despair. And if you're only drawing 1 card, but getting rid of 2 things of theirs, that is already a lot of value. And don't be afraid to play the Invoke Despair on an empty board, because you will draw 3 cards and make them lose 6 life. And we want to drain them as much as we can, as freaking fast as possible. And the Invoke Despair will help us there. So, let's talk about the Tenacious Underdog. Yes, I like this art style a little bit better. It looks a little bit more menacing. Can either play this for 2, and it is a 3/2, which is already pretty good. But it also has Blitz, which means that you can play it for 4 mana. And then it has haste right away, and when it dies, you draw a card. That is what it does. So, but the good part is, you can play it for its Blitz cost, which is 4 mana and 2 life, and play it from your graveyard. Yes, it gets sacrificed right away afterwards, like at the end of your turn, but you're still drawing a card. If you have your Sheldred the Apocalypse out, which we'll get to after this, you still draw a card with the Tenacious Underdog and get 2 life. So the 2 life that you paid here for the Tenacious Underdog, you're getting it back. So it's just, a little piggyback that you're getting your money out of later. So you're drawing a card, you're getting in for a 3, you can destroy one of their Planeswalkers or just, drain them for a little bit. You can also just make a copy out of it and then draw 2 cards, all of that. And that is just very darn nice. Sheldred! Yes, we're skipping the Graveyard Trespass for a second here. It is just one of those creatures that you're absolutely gonna see until it rotates out. Of all the Phyrexian Praetors, which I am a huge fan of, I am Team Phyrexia. This is the best that we have ever seen in Standard right now. Yes, I said it. Whenever your opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. And that is so darn good because, as I said, we want to get our opponent down to 0 as fast as freaking possible. So with the Shadowed on the battlefield, you have a Death Touch, 4/5 creature, which is a lot of toughness for a 4-mana creature. Usually, if you have a 4-mana creature and they have 5 toughness, they have like 2 attack or 3 attack. But this Shadowed, nah. She is the real deal, my friend. And yes, you cannot copy it with the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but that is no problem at all, because she still does what she has to do. If you get in this stalemate situation where nobody can attack in, you're winning just for having this on the battlefield, because they will draw a card every single turn. That is happening. Whatever they do, they will draw it. And talking about draining, now we're getting to the Graveyard Trespasser, aka Graveyard Glutton. When this card gets onto the battlefield or attacks, you can exile a card from a graveyard, and if it was a creature, you drain them for 1. That means they lose a life, you get a life. What else do you want? And that is only during daytime. If by any chance it turns night, which might happen if nobody plays anything during their turn, you turn it to the Graveyard Glutton. And now, you can exile 2 cards. That means that you can exile 2 creatures from the graveyard that they have discarded with the Liliana of the Veil, and then drain them for 2, attack in for another 4, that is 6 damage, just like this. And this card also has Ward, so if they want to target this with whatever, they have to discard a card, which is pretty darn amazing. You might say, Malone, there's not so much card drawing here. You know, the Tenacious Underdog, yes, that is alright. The Fable of the Mirror Breaker is not really card draw, it is card cycling. Hey, we still have 1 Sorin the Mirthless in here. And oh my lord, this art style by Ayami Kojima is one of my favorite art styles of Sorin there ever was. I'm very happy with it. So, Sorin is very good in here, because we only have 1. We only have 1, because it is not our main win condition. This is just a little spice on top, you know? For +1, you look at the top card of your library. You may put it in your hand. It's not card draw, so it's not triggering your Shadowed, but it's also not triggering their Shadowed. And if you put it in your hand, you lose life equal to its mana value. If it is a land, you lose nothing. If it is a Shadowed, you lose 4 life. But with all the life gain that we have in here, thanks to the Shadowed, the Graveyard Trespasser, we will be alright. Otherwise, you can also make yourself a blocker. Make a 2/3 vampire for the -2. Your Sorin will still be here, but you now have a life linker in the air, which is super darn nice, because if they don't have anything in the air, you can also copy this with the Reflection of Kikijiki. Get in for 4 the next turn, and that is also very darn good. And if you ever get in the luxurious situation that you have 7 freaking loyalty on this Sorin the Mirthless, you can deal 13 damage to any target and gain 13 life. Also, my friends, one last thing that I want to say about the Reflection of Kikijiki that I almost forgot. You can do this during your opponent's end step, because this is at the beginning of the next end step. So if you do this before it is your turn, you get the creature for your turn. So if you copy the Bloodtide Harvester with this, you get a Bloodtide Harvester. And if you do this once more during your turn, now you have 2 token Bloodtide Harvesters. That is 2 more blood tokens, that is 2 more creatures that you can remove to get in there for that last bit of damage. Now the last thing that we have to talk about is the lands. Once more, the Xander's Lounge is in here to cycle in the end game, and it is also here to make sure that we always have that 1 red mana that we need. We have the Sulphurous Springs, and yes, that costs 1 life if you want to play a black or a red, but that is absolutely worth it, because we're getting so much life back here, life back here, life back here. So just be smart. Don't use it in a mono red matchup if you don't have to. We have the Haunted Ridge. That makes you man of any choice, just like this one, with the downside of coming in tapped if you don't have 2 or more lands. So if you play this on your first turn, you cannot play the Cut Down. So maybe, if you have a Cut Down in hand, don't play the Haunted Ridge during your first turn. Just play like a Swamp or a Takenuma. I know, maybe we want to use the Takenuma for your channel ability. You may discard this, mill 3 cards, and then return a creature or a planeswalker to your hand. So if they destroy your Shadowed, you can return it. If you really need a Liliana, you can return it. And yes, you can do this whenever. It is not sorcery speed, it is instant speed. So you can just freaking do it whenever you want. And we have one Soken Sun. Why not? You know, if we have blockers on the battlefield for 4 mana, that is pretty good. They also have haste. Do they? Yeah, they have haste. I had to double check. I have not been playing the Soken Sun for the longest time. But this one, you cycle it, you channel it. That means you discard it. You get 2 of these very cool looking spirit creatures with little coffee mugs flying around their head. They're just like me. And, you know, block or whatever. Get in for the last bit of damage. It is always very darn good. And of course, 11 Moon Swamps. Oh, I love this art so very much. So, you might be wondering, yes, it was a very long deck tag, but I think that there's a lot of people who maybe are new to the game, and as this is not my channel where I know that there's a lot of seasoned players, I thought maybe take a little bit longer to talk about all the cards, all the interactions, all the things that you can do. So thank you once more at Wizards of the Coast for giving me the opportunity to be part of these amazing pantheon of content creators that you invited to your channel. I really appreciate it. So thank you all so very freaking much. I'm Matches Malone, and I will see you in those desperate games. Alrighty, so here we go. We're up against Ankelier. We will see if we can bring down the feed on our opponent. We're going first. I freaking love it. Alright. So, we do have the Cut Down in hand. We do have the Tenacious Underdog. So, these two are already a very good start. Because, as I said in the intro, we really want to control the board as soon as we can. So, we're bringing down the Cut Down here on whatever they play. And that is already very darn good. And if they... Okay, so we're up against an Esper deck. Interesting. Pretty darn interesting. And we'll be bringing down the Tenacious Underdog anyways. And if they have their own creature, we will just Liliana of the Veil that. And get freaking rid of it. Alright, our opponent doesn't have anything. Just playing, they have their own, Cut Down in hand. That much I can tell you. So we are attacking in. But the thing is, even if they cut it down, you know, we can always freaking bring it back. Sing it back. Bring it back to me. The Rona's Vortex. I mean, hey, I don't really care about that, to be honest. I really don't. I'm bringing down the Tenacious Underdog anyways. We still have the Cut Down open, so that is pretty good. We don't have any red cards in hand right now. We might get them, but keeping the Cut Down in hand seems a little bit better right now. So that is why I'm doing it. Okay, they're getting another life. What do you have, though? Nothing. I love it. Here comes the Lounge. We are attacking in. They still don't have anything, which is pretty darn good. So let's bring down the Liliana. They might have a counter spell here. They do. The Negate even. Oh my lord, long time no see. Oh, we don't have to invoke Despair. And you know, we will slowly but surely just beat them down. Very, very good. Alright. So, do you have anything here, my friend? They should start doing things, you know? They just should start doing so. And we do have to attack Enuma, so we will just chill here, get in for 3 damage. They might still have something, but they don't. Okay, they still have something in hand. I don't know what it is. Might be card draw, might be whatever. It is the Silver Scrutiny. They're paying 3 to draw 1 card. That is pretty tough for them. Pretty freaking tough. Okay. So right now they're doing a good job at always getting some life back, which is okay with me. You know, I am still here. I am still doing my darndest just to beat them down. And right now, I mean, they haven't done too much. We have not done too much ourselves, but that is still a-okay. So we're getting rid of this. Let us see if they do have something in hand. They don't have anything. That is so good. Alright, we will get our Liliana back here. Those were some nice mills. Just imagine we would have drawn only lands here for the longest freaking time. We'll be invoking Despair. That is for us 3 cards and 6 life lost for them, which is insanely good. And we drew another Cut Down. I like it. So right now we are very much in the advantage. Yes, they have the same amount of cards we do. They have 5 cards, we have 5 cards, but we don't have the Cut Down. We don't have the Liliana. We know that they don't have a counter spell here. So that is pretty good. If they do have a Wandering Emperor, they could try to exile our Tenacious Underdog, but then we just cut down it, you know? And then we play it from our graveyard over and freaking over again. Oh my! Okay. That is fine by me. They're getting rid of my Liliana here. But that is okay. I really don't care. The Cruelty of Greeks, no. Just no worries for me. But the Artsta by Volkan Baga, oh my sweet lord. Another land. Actually not what I want to see here. Like, not at all. Okay. So they're losing another 3 life here, which is pretty darn good. Because there's not much they can do here. They have to lose the 3 life, you know? So they could get themselves a Wandering Emperor or something like that. But we can always... There it is, the Wandering Emperor. But we can just, you know, destroy our own creature. They don't get the life. It doesn't get exiled. What are they even going to do here? So, yes, I want to cut it down. Still, we know that they don't have a counterspell in hand. They don't get the 2 life. They don't get freaking anything. The Refine. Oh my lord, my friend. That is not the answer. That is absolutely not the answer. So, we're paying the ward cost here, and now we're getting this out of our graveyard, which is pretty good. Yes, we are. Alright, so we have lethal here. Pretty darn good. Very nice game. They tried their darndest, but the darndest wasn't good enough. Get out of here, Nuclear. You're not invited to this party. Get out of here. Also, I want to thank Wizards of the Coast at this point for giving me my own freaking avatar, you know? We're up against Irish Forever 12, and we're going first. What is this, Grimace? I love this hand. We do have the red mana for the Bloodtide Harvester. We do have the Liliana in hand if they have a turn 2 play. But right now we're just looking pretty darn good. The reason why I'm playing the Swarm instead of the Sulphurous Mire here, Springs here, is so that we only lose 1 life, you know? 1 life is already more than enough. So, we are up against the Jund player. Oh my lord, these sleeves are so freaking beautiful. Also, look at this Bloodtide Harvester. I mean, hey, if you're into vampires and horror, this, my friends, this is it. Okay, so, they didn't do anything here, which I like a lot, I have to say. I like them not doing anything. We will be playing our Graveyard Trespasser anyways. Like, they're playing all the colors. They might have, like, you know, the binding. No, what's it called? The Leyline Binding? Yes, that's the name. But we do have the Invoke Despair. So as long as we find 1 land sooner or later, we're freaking happy. So, what are you doing, my friend? There it is, the Leyline Binding. But what are you getting rid of? The Graveyard Trespasser. Interesting choice, to be honest. They still have to discard a card, so that is a 2-for-1, which is always pretty freaking good. 2-for-1s? Yes, please. Oh, the Kami War. Interesting. So I don't think that we will ever need this cut down. So let's make him sacrifice some stuff. And next turn we just play the Invoke Despair. And right now we're looking pretty good. Pretty darn good. Because, I mean, hey, what are they going to do? Play a Kami War in 2 turns, even in 3 turns? Yeah, I don't think they will. And if they do have another Leyline Binding, we're getting either back our Graveyard Trespasser or our Liliana. And then we can just do it all over again. I don't think we need to cut down here. What is this? The Spirit Sister Call? Interesting card. But is it good enough, my friend? I don't think it is. So we will be losing 2 life to play the Invoke Despair, but our opponent will lose 4 life, and we're drawing 2 cards. So that is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good indeed. If they have a creature here, you know it dies to the Liliana. The Liliana is just so darn good. The Tear Asunder. I mean, hey, if you exile something, why not the Liliana? It is a good choice.
I'm not interested in dying today.
You are not interested in dying today? Well, I totally understand that, my friend. I totally do. So, we are getting rid of their Leyline Binding here. We are drawing 2 cards. We're getting our Graveyard Treasure. And they escape! It is indeed despair. The desperation was real. Felled by our opponents. Get out of here, Irish! Get out of here! Those were 2! Yes, my friends, 2 very convincing games. We're up against Xander. Wonder what this is. Is it an O? I would like to buy a vowel. The opponent is going first, but that is no problem. We have all the removal in the known universe. If we are up against a control deck, though, we might be a little bit sad about this. Well, we will see. We'll see what the first card is. Like, we do have all the colors. Okay. So we'll be going with the Haunted Ridge here, because I still have the Blood-Tide Harvester in hand, and I really want to play it as fast as possible. And if they do have like their own Tenacious Underdog, we can just get rid of it with the cut down link. There it is, okay. I was kind of waiting for you, my friend. Kind of. Let's just hope they don't have a Liliana in hand. That would be a little bit saddening. But hey, as I said, once more, we do have all the removal, and we do have the Sorin also to get some life back, so that is alright. So they're slamming and they don't have anything. I love that for us, and I hate that for them. So, I mean, the sooner we get the Liliana down, the better, you know? The sooner the better. And we do have so much like stuff in our hand that we can just get back with the Takenuma as well. So, no worries at all. Right now we're winning. Even though they went first, they only drew 2 lands up and they scoop right away. Oh my lord! That is devastating! You tried to come into my house and you did not even draw your lands? Take off your shoes, because all you're gonna see is defeat. Get out of here. There was a good lesson, my friends. Should you ever keep a 2-lander? Well, if your hand is nothing but 2 mana spells, maybe you should. But in that case, it wasn't. We're going first. What is this grimace? Alright, so we do have the Infernal Grasp here. We do have the Liliana. We're up against another mono black deck, eh? Alrighty. So we can play the Xander's Lounge here, and this is exactly what we want to see. Cut down the Evolved Sleeper here. Maybe they're even activating it. We will be taking 1 damage. That is no problem for us. If they're not playing anything here, that is very good for us. Alright, so they're playing down the Tenacious Underdog. We're getting rid of that right away. And we will be playing the Liliana here now. We even have 2 of them. So, we had 3 cards, 3 lands to start with. I really hope that we will get another one. Otherwise, I would be a little bit sad, not gonna lie. If we can get another land, that would be very, very much appreciated. So what do you have here? Your own Liliana? Another Evolved Sleeper? Hey, I really do not care about that too much, to be honest. I really don't. So, we make them discard here. They're pretty much in the advantage, I'm not gonna lie. What are we discarding? I think that it is the Liliana here. The cut down, okay. And I want to keep up my my Infernal Grasp. We will see what our opponent does. There's a good chance that they just don't do anything here, but that they only attack my Liliana with 1 of those. Nope, they're going with both. Alright. And that is still alright. We just need, like, you know, maybe a land here. A land would be pretty good. Alright, that is exactly why I kept up my mana. To get rid of this Shelly here. Goodbye, Shelly. I hope we can play our own Shelly here. We cannot. But we can get rid of this Tenacious Underdog, which is already very, very good for us. Very good, not gonna lie. We could still find a land, you know, right now in 11 cards, only 3 lands. That is okay, it happens. Happens to the best of us. If they don't play anything here, though, that is also pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Alright, so they're getting in for a 6. But we're gaining a lot of life back if they are not doing anything. And we finally found another land. So we're getting down with the Shelly here. They might have something, but whatever it is, they have a cut down, I think. It really looks like they do have a cut down. So we're getting rid of the Shadowed and the Evolved Sleeper, draining them for 2. They lose 2 life, we gain 2 life, they lose another 4 here, and bam! We're back in the driver's seats, my friend. We are back where we want to be. So if we draw another land here, we're perfect. They might have their own removal here. You never know. But hey, right now it does not look like it. We might even be blocking one of these suckers here, just in hopes that we get... What do we have in here? Nothing. We have nothing, they have nothing. Good, I like it. Yeah, these 2 Lilianas are gonzo now, but it doesn't really matter. I think that they will not do anything. Alright, that is good, that is really good. Now I will be getting rid of one of their creatures here, you know, and that is everything I want. Whatever they're getting rid of, okay, very good, very darn good. I like that, because now we can... First of all, this is what happens. We're gaining 4 more life, and we're attacking with the Graveyard Glutton here. Yes, we are. Getting rid of the Tenacious Underdog and the, you know, everything, just everything, the cut down. I don't want him to have anything, my friends. Nothing. Alright, they're losing another 2 life here now because of the Sheldred. I will be bringing down the Tenacious Underdog, so they really, really need an answer. Oh my, okay, that is a good answer, but it still ain't good enough. Is it now? No, it ain't. I mean, they just negate each other, so that is alrighty. So, how are we doing this? I think we're bringing down everything we have. What do we have in here? The Graveyard Trespasser. So you know what? Let's get the Graveyard Trespasser back. Right now it is still nighttime. Is there 2 things in here? There's not. There's not 2 things in here. But we're still, you know, we still have this, so we can get the Tenacious Underdog, the Liliana. Alright. That is good, I like it.
Nobody knows Dominaria shadows like me.
Resolve? Yes, I'm getting rid of this Blocktide Harvester. No worries at all. I really don't mind. It cannot be attacking in. And we will be getting rid of our Graveyard Glutton here. Good, I like it. I really do. Another Graveyard Glutton. Okay, well, Graveyard Trespasser. But as it is nighttime, it will be a Graveyard freaking Glutton. So how much mana do we have? Do we have enough? I think we do. So the Graveyard Trespasser comes down as a Graveyard freaking Glutton. We're draining them for 2. Now our Sheldred will trigger before theirs. And then they die. Easy peasy lemon squeezy is what I say. Easy peasy lemon freaking squeezy. Alright. We're chilling. Now this should happen the way I think it does. This activates first, they lose the 2 life, and once you're to 0, there's nothing left! Try to defeat the master of Mono Black with Mono Black. We're up against G. Luco. It's getting loco in here. Opponent's going first, I do not like that too much. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, hey, this is a situation where we have like 3 turns of time to find a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. As we are on the draw. We're not on the play like the other person was. We are on the draw. I feel like we can afford to, you know, keep a 2-lander. Because if we draw a 3rd land, oh, we're pretty much winning, my friends. We are pretty much winning. So, we never know what we're up against. They're mulliganing down to 6, which is always appreciated if you're playing a Liliana deck, because then your opponent has even less cards. And what is better than your opponent not having cards? Well, nothing, I tell you, nothing. Oh my, we're up against werewolves, and there's the last land that we were looking for. There it is. Perfection. Freaking perfection. I think that this is werewolves. It might also be mono green. Okay. Let's get rid of this sucker right away. Because why the heck not, you know? Another cut down is actually pretty good. I'm doing it right away. Just right freaking away. I don't even want this to turn nighttime. Because, you know, we want to bring down our Fable of the Mirror Break. And if it is nighttime with the Outland Liberate... Oh, they have another one. Okay. Well, I mean, hey. That happened. That happened. But we will be bringing down our Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. Because we have 2 of those. So if they really want to pay the 1 mana to sacrifice their Outland Liberator to get rid of my Fable of the Mirror Breaker, we're going to have a tough time here, my friends. A tough time. And will I be using my... will I be blocking here? No way, Jose. I will not. Unless they have a Tovolar. If they do have the Tovolar, which gives you a card for every werewolf or wolf that attacks in and deals damage. Yeah, I don't want that. I really don't want that. Okay, so I will be discarding this Xander's Lounge here. We have all the red, and I mean, hey, Xander's Lounge for Xander's Lounge. Don't mind me if I do. Will I be attacking in here? Heck yeah, I will. Because the Invoke Despair is just way too much value here. They will be blocking, yes. I can still sacrifice this, you know, but then I will draw 3 cards. 3 cards! And that is very good. If they don't, well, then we're looking pretty good. I mean, one way or another, we're getting rid of this trap breaker, is all I'm saying. Look at how beautiful they're helping this wolf. This, my friends, oh, real wolf friendship. So they still have the possibility to get rid of my Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but then once more, I will have triple the cards they do. Do they really want to do that? They do? They do? Galuko! Are you loco, my friend? I mean, hey, you know, that is absolutely alright. I mean, look at us, drawing cards like champions here. I freaking love it. I will be bringing down the Shadowred next turn. I still have the Infernal Grass, so I could do even more. Alright. Alrighty. Oh my, I mean, this is also pretty good, you know? This is also pretty darn good. Let's bring down the Liliana here. And then we still have the Infernal Grasp open, just in case they want to do something. Oh, werewolves. You really think you can win against the Mistress of Zombies? No, you can't! She is the master of the Veil.
One of your friends has to leave.
And once more, we do have the Infernal Grass. They only play one creature each turn, which makes me think that they really don't have anything. Okay, I mean, that is good. That is pretty good. But is it good enough? I don't think it is.
That's my cue to leave.
Because we do now have enough. No, we don't. We don't have enough. But I will still be bringing down the Sheldred and still have the Infernal Grasp ready to rock and roll. So here's the stalemate situation. Usually, this deck should not have anything that gets rid of my Sheldred here. That would be unheard of. Freaking unheard of. So what you doing, Galuko? Oh, you found your land. But maybe it is just a smidgen too late. Just a smidgen too late. I mean, hey, I like them not doing anything, you know? I have to say, I'm very, very happy about that. We keep our Alexander's Lounge. Good game? Should we give him like the new rock and roll thing? Oh yeah, we do. We freaking do. Oh, I mean, hey, they gave us a good game. That is always appreciated. I think that they think that they lost here. And I think that they're right, you know? I think that they're right. We're still on 20. They're an aggro deck. They really don't want us to be on more than 20 life this late in the game. They're down to 6. We still have the Infernal Grasp here. And, I mean, hey, every card they draw, every card you draw. Okay. Do you think that they have something to protect this? If they do, that would be pretty darn impressive, not gonna lie. They do have it! Okay, interesting. So this goes down. We're still, you know, gaining a lot of life here. And that is all I care about. Gaining a lot of life here. Alright, another Sheldred. Let's get rid of it. And we're keeping up our Alexander's Lounge, just in case we want to do some shenaniganery here. Hey, this is just perfection. This is just utter freaking perfection. Do we get him here? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Nice. Thanks. Appreciate the kindness. So this is 7. Now we're getting in for 7. Now we're bringing down the Graveyard Trespasser here. And shabam. One life drain is all we need. Oh, werewolves. You're howling all night long, but you wake up to the nightmare that is Matches Malone, because I am rising to the top like every cream should, and I am the cream of the crop. Howling, but it didn't help at all. Oh no, no nighttime, no daytime scares your boy Malone. Oh my lord, we're going first? What is this, Grimace? I will be bringing down the swamp here for the cut down. If they do have something, I want to get rid of it. And next turn I can stand. It's another mono black deck. Alrighty. So do you have your own cut down, my friend? Do you have it? You do not have it. I love it. Don't have anything. Alright. So they think that they're a mono black deck just like us, but we aren't a mono black deck, are we? Are we now? Also 3 tenacious underdogs, you know, just to start off the game. Why not? That is my kind of jam. Alright, they're bringing down the Liliana here. Does not help them too much because they will just, you know, get gobbled up by me. Alright, we are attacking in here. Let us see what they're doing. And then I will be bringing down the Bloodtide Harvester here. The cut down number 1. Alright. Nothing to worry about yet. But the Bloodtide Harvester is just very nice here. So they might have their own Sheldred here, which would be a little bit annoying because we're missing a land drop. But if they don't have the Sheldred, the Graveyard Trespasser. There goes our tenacious underdog. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. It was very nice knowing you. Well, there's another land. But we are attacking in first and foremost. Yes, if they do block here, that is still alright. They might think, hey, I'm blocking here, I'm bringing down my Liliana next turn. But you know, the thing is that we're just bringing down Alexander's Lounge. Bringing down another tenacious underdog. Alright, so, once more, they really do need an answer. And I will cycle one of these cutdowns. They might have an Invoke Despair here. Okay, that is more than annoying, but hey, not the end of the world annoying. The question is, what are they getting? They're getting rid of my Sheldred here. But we're still, you know, getting in for a lot of damage. So hey, I really don't mind at all. And let us try to find something of value here. Cutdown needs to go. The Graveyard Trespasser is just amazing here. Alright, so we're getting in for it. This Cruelty of Gigs will be very bad for them. That much I can tell you. Because they will be losing 3 life here. Even if they get an Invoke Despair here. What good will it do them? What good will it do them? Nothing, I tell you. Once more, the Master of Mono Black cannot be defeated by Mono Black. Not at all, my friends. Not at all. That much I can tell you. Their own Graveyard Trespasser might just be a little bit too late, you know? Just a smidgen of too lateness. Because what are they going to do? Even if they do play another creature here, they know about our cut down. What are you doing, my friend? What are you doing? That is not the play. I would just cut you down, man. Cut you down. All right. That is. I mean, hey. Maybe they're playing another Evolved Sleeper here. Maybe I should have done it like end of turn. And they scoop. Get out of here, Mama Jamma. Get out of here. We're only 2 games away from getting into the bright, shining bright diamond, all with this deck, all in one single run, because I told you that this, my friends, is the best deck for ranking up, and I stand for my word as the Master of Mono Black. Get out of here. The Horror House Novelties trying to come in here, trying to take our title. We're going first once more. I mean, hey. Don't mind me if I do, especially with a hand like this. So, there's a situation. We play the Haunted Ridge first, of course, because you really don't want to tap land. It's another Mono Black deck. Yeah, I told you. A lot of Mono Black coming out these days. These days? Is that how you say it? Is nobody here to answer me? Well, I tried my best. Alright. So, do we really care about that? Do we now? I don't think we do. I think keeping our Infernal Grasp for something a little bit more important would be, well, a little bit more important. Alright. So if they have their, the Liliana here now, which they might have, you know, getting rid of our little Goblin Shaman here, then we're still alright, technically. Kinda, you know? So here comes the Liliana. I don't know. It might be coming down right now. In 3, 2, well, oh, it's a tenacious underdog. Okay, that is no Liliana. I like that. Okay, are you attacking in though? Well, with the Reckoner you are. With the Reckoner you are. Is there a reason? I mean, hey, this is still pretty good, you know? Especially like this. So, is there anything we want to get rid of? There's nothing I want to get rid of. I really like my hand here. I really do like my hand here. So, I will be attacking in. Just like this. Getting rid of their tenacious underdog. Just like that. And now I'll bring down the Graveyard Trespasser. Alright. And get rid of their tenacious underdog right freaking away. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. So we do have the Sheldred, we do have a lot of things that we can do here. So I'm not that afraid. If they do now have a Liliana, if they do have their own Sheldred, so be it. Bring down your Sheldred. I do have the Invoke the Sorin, the Merciless. Oh my, cheeky.
I bring order to this broken...
I mean, they will just die to my Invoke Despair, you know? They really should not have done that, in my eyes. But that is like only my opinion, dude. Only my opinion. So do I have something in here? I do not. Wait. There's literally no reason. I just say it dies to my Invoke Despair. So yeah, that is what will happen. I really hope that they will block here. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool if they did. Are you blocking, my friend? You are. Good. I like that. I must say, I really do like that. So, yeah, we're getting rid of their Sorin here. We're draining them for 4. Well, not draining, but we're, like, you know, destroying them with 4. So, next turn we do have the Bloodtide Harvester also, which is very nice, because we can play it right away. If they want to play their Liliana here, that is still A-OK with me. Their own Invoke Despair, eh? If we don't sacrifice this right away, we do have an enchantment on the battlefield, so we're doing this. Okay. So Shelly, you're up. We are getting in there. There's sadly... Oh, there's an Evolved Sleeper. We win, my friends. Oh, no, we don't win. Well, they're losing a life here, which is already pretty good. And whatever they do, they really, like, you know, cannot do too much. Like, even if they have their own Graveyard Trespasser, what good would it do them?
This is my
Nothing,
home,
I tell
and
you.
I don't appreciate it.
Nothing
when people
good
touch
at all.
my
I mean, we haven't won yet, you know? Well, with the Takenuma, we still have a chance. And if they really want to discard a card here, so be it. I do have a card in my graveyard now. They do want to discard a card here. Amazing. Okay, alright. That is still okay with me. It absolutely is. So bringing down Alexander's Lounge. Waiting what they're doing here. And we'll just be getting rid of my Bloodtide Harvester here. And with the Takenuma, I will get my, you know, my Sheldred back. It is a pretty close game. They're down to 1 life. But you know, 1 life might be a lot. Might be a lot. So we will just see what they're doing. Another Reckoner Bank Buster. Okay. So they're drawing so that they can, you know, discard with the Liliana. This is a sorcery. Let's just hope they don't have a Infernal Grasp. Infernal Grasp would be, like, slightly annoying. It would be slightly annoying. Slightly, you know? We could also find ourselves, like... Okay, alright, I like that. I really do. I think we can get rid of 1 Bloodtide Harvester
Drop
here.
it.
Does not really matter. I will drop it, don't you worry. Don't you worry, my good friend Liliana. I will drop it. Maybe we even find like a Graveyard Trespasser here. If we mill ourselves a Graveyard Trespasser, we just win the game. Alright, we didn't. But the Sheldred is also pretty good, you know? Sheldred is also already pretty good. Because, hey, they draw a card, they lose the game. And... Skip! I told you! That the Master of Mono Black cannot be defeated by Mono Black. The only thing that can defeat me is myself. But I'm here, so if I'm here, who is driving the boat? We have time for 1 more? I should do 1 more, yeah. I promised them that I would be doing the best video there ever was. Okay, if you say so, I will do that. Yeah, okay, love you, bye. That was my manager telling me that we have time for 1 last game here. Who is my manager? Well, I am. I was talking to myself. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. We are going first here. It is a crazy hand to keep, but you know, people tend to tell me that I'm crazy. So let's go for it. Let's freaking go for it. There's no reason to play the Sorcerer's Springs, like literally no reason whatsoever. Ew! It is mono blue! That is a deck that I really don't want to play up against. We're getting rid of this Delver right away. right away. And where we go with the Fable here? They're not doing anything. Oh, they're playing another. Okay, that is super good. I love them doing that. I really do love them doing that. I have to say. Because this Graveyard Trespasser will be insanely good. Insanely good. I mean, there is not a single counter spell that they could have here. It would be good enough to save them, you know? And we do have the cut down now as well. So that means that next turn we can cut down this Delver of Secrets. Alright. I'm pretty certain that they have a Fading Hope in hand. But a Fading Hope also means that they have to discard a card. And then discarding a card means that they have less card advantage. Oh, Mono Blue, I'm very much afraid of you. So, put any number of them in your graveyard on top of the library in any order. That is good, they can flip the Delver here. Flipping the Delver is pretty good for them. But is it good enough? The Shore Up, oh no, I do not like that one bit. I really don't. But they did not draw land here. So hey, that is exactly what I want to see. Like, exactly what I want to see. Alright. We are attacking in, getting rid of the Otherworldly Gaze here. I mean, hey, right now, you know, we are winning this race. We are freaking winning this race. And that is all I care about. Hey, you know, getting into Diamond in one single, like, you know, run. That is something that is not that easy. You know, everybody came into my house. The house of Malone. The house of the Master of Mono Black. Trying to get me. Oh, I tell you what you can get me. A fresh new coffee because I'm all out of it. So get freaking out of here. Unfreaking defeated, my friends. I told you the deck was good. I told you this is the deck for getting up there into the higher ranks of MTG Arena. So sometimes it is worth to sprinkle some chili on top of your Mono Black deck with the Bloodtide Harvester and the Fable of the Mirror Breaker and make this deck even more chef's kiss freaking delicious. At this point, I really want to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel of Wizards of the Coast official MTG Arena channel, because there's a lot of more videos coming up very soon. And here you can learn about drafting, you can learn about standard, you can learn about all MTG Arena related formats. So from the bottom of my heart, I really want to thank Wizards of the Coast for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to make this amazing video for your amazing channel. And hey, if you can spare the minute, why not also come over to my channel? Check me out. I would appreciate it very much. I hope you enjoyed the Harvesting Despair that we had today. I am Malone, and I will see you all next time.